between ourselves and our spiritual selves. And emotional barriers can be many, many different things. If we have too much pride, that's an emotional barrier. If we indulge in too much pleasure, if we are lazy, saying all the things that I'm guilty of, I'm not talking about present company. Those are emotional limitations. And that makes us an intellectual cripple. Why? What does the IQ have to do with the heart, with the emotion? The answer is the clarity of thought. The ability to comprehend that which is incomprehensible. Remember, you're a mathematician. Mathematics is very precise and very abstract. However, it's all about things that are tangible. Physics begins to deal with things that are a little bit untangible because they're dealing with reality, and the reality of the world is that the world is really confusing. We can't understand how this world got here. And all the elements of the world defy basic logic. Put it this way. Einstein could not accept quantum mechanics, although there seems to be evidence that he might have been right. But quantum mechanics is based upon the idea that things are uncertain, at a certain core level things are uncertain. And to a certain degree we've learned, I think, at least what I've read, from the little bit I've read, that the observer actually causes a qualitative change at the very basic quantum level. That by observing, we create certain realities, but we also create certain limitations. You can only know a particle's speed, but not its location. If you know its location, you cannot determine its speed, its momentum. Am I correct? How does that work? I don't know, but the idea is that things are uncertain, and the observer, by observing the speed, recognizes the speed. If he observes the location, he only gets the location, but he can't get the speed. But it is the observer who creates that. The observer also creates the direction at which a light may travel over long distances. This is what was explained to me. If you have a light in galaxy X, in order for it to get to our Earth, it has to go around the sun or around all the stars. It can either go around this way or it can go around this way. How does it go? Which way does it go? The answer is both ways. However, if you put your camera to look for it this way, it will appear as if it was this way. And then you will see it as a line of light that came from the right. Now understand what's going on. This light was projected supposedly billions of years ago. Billions of years ago. And you are now defining that the route it took was going right as opposed to going left. But it left its source billions of years ago. How is your observation to the right make it as if it had gone and transversed billions of years in the past? And yet, such is the funny reality, the strange reality of the very submicroscopic world. And so these things are very spiritual. How do you understand them? I'm sure there are physicists who do, I don't. One thing I can tell you is that the only way to understand true abstraction that doesn't fit in with preconceived notion is when you are divorced of any kind of prejudice, any kind of emotional predisposition. In order to observe the most sublime and abstract concept, you must remove yourself from all previous positions. That, to a large degree, requires a person to be without any kind of weakness in the emotion. Emotional weakness creates prejudicial position. Your intellect comes from your pleasure center. I know it comes from the intellect, but ultimately the intellect comes from the pleasure center, because the pleasure center is the source of all of our soul activities. And it is the things that we enjoy or don't enjoy that have a direct effect upon our intellect. And the emotions are reflections of